Stephanie Milky here, aka Keto Mom, or often called mom, sis, Steffi, daughter, wife, aunt, and friend. Just like many of you, I carry a lot of titles. My favorite title is mom. I should probably say wife, which takes a lot of my time. But let's be honest, if you want to do something and do it well, you will make the time for it. Commitment is hard because we find ourselves overcommitted, but when you practice prioritizing, you will find out what is actually important and what you can let go. With the Keto Mom podcast, you will learn together how to manage our time, commit to the most important things in life, and I will equip you with the tools you need to feel qualified each step of the way. My name is Stephanie Milky, and welcome to the Keto Mom Secrets podcast. All right, welcome to the Keto Mom page. My name is Stephanie. Hopefully, third time is a charm. We have been having some internet issues here. So hopefully I can get through this message with you hearing me. I'm going to keep it short and sweet. As you're tuning in, first of all, let me know if you can hear me. If this doesn't work, I will have to drive into town to sit in my car, which I used to do years ago when we were waiting for the internet. We live a mile out of town. And so I was told the internet is having some challenges. Hopefully the internet will stay. So I'm going to talk very speedy this morning, because I really do have two things I wanted to share with you. Now, we're going through this book. I'm actually not going to read anything from the book from you today, but I'm going to tell you what it's about. The point of the mornings and understanding your mindset, as your mindset is important, right? This book that we're going through has to do with how you manage your time, priorities, and your energy. And if those are not managed well, then you are stressed, and stress causes lots of issues on your body, right? And so as you're tuning in, what are you thankful for? Tell me if you can hear me. If you can't hear me, I'm just going to have to wait till I go into town. This book is a great book. Again, it helps you with your time management, your energy management, and your priorities. And so if you're looking for a book with that, it really has incredible insight. It asks a lot of questions. And as I have been going through my morning, as I have been in conversations in chat threads this morning, there are two phrases that popped into my mind that I wanted to leave you with this morning. And it's comparison is the thief of joy. And I also added stress and the lack of time management is the thief of joy. There are things that can steal your joy and steal your peace very quickly, right? It can be comparison. Maybe you're comparing your health journey to somebody else's. It can be the way that you manage your time or lack thereof, because usually I'll ask people like, hey, have you prepped your meals today? How is your keto journey going? How is your week going? And what I often get from people is, I don't have enough time. I don't have the time to plan my meals or go to the gym or have self-care, whatever the case may be, right? So what I like about this book is it's going to address stress in the aspect of you might feel stressed because you were living a life that you maybe chose or you were excited about, and yet you don't have your time under control. You're not managing your time. Other people are. You are not managing the times of day that you are most energized, and your priorities are out of whack. So that's what this is about. But honestly, two things this morning that I had to work through, and then also coaching other people, is number one, comparison is the thief of joy. Who are you comparing your life to, your health journey to, like your marriage to? Like, there are things that we all have to work on, but if you're looking at other people, it's going to make it even worse. You need to stay in your lane, focus on what you need to do, the best choices that you need to make, and realize that your journey is going to look different, right? In all areas of life. So comparison is a thief of joy. Number two, don't see things worse than they are. I was reading somebody's post this morning that we are friends with, and from what I could gather, from what I read, and me knowing this person, I'm guessing that they are seeing a situation worse than it is. Just by, all you have to do is listen to what people say, read what people say, watch people's actions, and you can go, oh, you're in comparison mode. You really are not thankful for where you're at. or you're probably seeing a situation worse than it is, right? Even our own self-image. Oftentimes I have women, and I said this yesterday, I'm coaching an amazing mom on her health journey, and she really does look great. She looks great. She's getting stronger. She's walking further. She's running further. She's making great choices on her food. And yet she's comparing her journey to other people's. She doesn't love the way she looks, and she lets it control her mind and really has stinking thinking. And she's seeing it worse than it actually is. I'm like, listen, you actually look great. You feel great. You are strong. I know that you don't look the way you looked prior to babies, but you're seeing this worse than it actually is. Where in your life are you frustrated with something and you're actually seeing it worse than it actually is? There has to be a point to where you go, all right, here's where I am today. I didn't get here overnight. I'm not going to get back to where I want to be, or even have it fixed, or have it where I want it to be overnight. And sometimes I can make a huge deal out of something when I just have to go, all right, here's where I'm at. It really isn't that bad. I can make it worse if I keep going down the negative route and if I keep making those bad choices, or I can have the awareness of I'm here today. I'm not going to make any more of those poor choices, wrong choices, choices out of comparison. I'm going the other direction. I'm not going to see it worse than it is. I know where I'm at. I'm going to make a pivot and I'm going to go the other way. All right. So those two phrases, whatever that means to you, however that speaks to you, comparison is the thief of joy, and don't see things worse than they are, is what I really wanted to leave you with this morning. And you got to hear it. All right. Even me, I was like ready to get really frustrated. My husband's sitting at the end of the table. Isn't it funny how it's so easy to get mad at other people? And I had to tell myself, it's not my husband's fault. I'm like, can you reset the internet? Is there issues with the internet? Is it the actual internet company? And he's like, I can't do anything about it. I'm resetting all the routers. You know what I mean? You can get so frustrated at people when they have nothing to do with it. And I had to sit here for a second as you couldn't hear me. And I had to be like this. I'm not going to be frustrated. I'm not going to see it worse than it is. It's not anything that I can physically control. I'm going to do the best that I can because I like to come on in the mornings and add some type of value. It's not my fault that the internet's not working. I don't need to lash out at my husband or anybody else in my home. If it doesn't work, I can wait till later. It does not need to affect the rest of my morning, right? If you have a morning where you're like, it does not need to affect the rest of your day, right? The way that your child acts in the morning, or you act, or the traffic, or the person in front of you in line, or the phone, that does not need to steal your joy for the rest of your day. So that has nothing to do with this book, other than this book is going to help you with time management. And the only thing that I'll read to you from this morning is this. Oftentimes we think that vacation and days off and I just need to get away will fix the problem. And he says a vacation, a sabbatical, a certain time off will not, when you come back, sure, it feels peaceful at that time. He goes, it will not fix the problem of your poor time management. He goes, the stress spiral happens. He says there's a stress spiral in people's lives. They allow stress in their life. They allow poor time management. They don't even know how to manage their day. And he goes, it happens when you let yourself live with unfocused time, unleveraged energy, and hijacked priorities. It leaves you feeling overwhelmed, overcommitted, and overworked. And basically he says this, unfocused time happens when you do your most important things randomly, squeezing them into leftover slots of your day. I need you to hear this. This is super important. When I ask you what your goals are for your health and fitness, and you say, well, I don't have time to plan my meals. I don't have time for self-care. I don't have time to read in the mornings. I don't have time to go to the gym. But right now your priority is your health. Unfocused time. Time not put to your priorities happens when you do the most important things randomly and try to squeeze them in. The reason you might not be hitting your health goals is because you've taken those important things and you haven't made them a priority. You squeeze them in when it works. I'll go to the gym if it works. I'll plan my meals if I can squeeze it in all of the other things I've said yes to, right? I'll work on my health in the cracks of my day. Your health is probably one of the most important things right now, because if you feel like garbage, you treat other people like garbage. If you don't feel good, then it overflows into other people how you feel, right? So you need to make it a priority. He says the reason other people don't value your time is because you don't value your time. If you don't make time for what you need to make time for, other people will fill it for you. So just those things that I said this morning, I was like, super great. We'll continue to move on in the book. It's going to have to do with your time and where you're spending it and where you're putting your energy. So this is the book. If any of that resonates with you, it would be a great book for you to grab to actually go through to answer the questions and fit it to 100% of your life so that you can make some priorities, make some shifts, and actually truly hit some goals. So, all right, that's it. You got to hear me all morning. Thank you for tuning in. I truly appreciate it. I hope it added some type of value. The dogs are awake. The kids are awake. We have some school to do. It's actually MEA weekend where we're at. It might be that for everybody. We still do school because we're a homeschool family. We can, and we take other days off. So I hope you guys have an incredible morning. Thank you for tuning in. I would love for you to press the share button. Sharing is caring. And before you leave, if there's anything that you're like, yeah, that was helpful, if there's any questions that you have, ask below. Or let's just get in the right frame of mind. Take a deep breath if you had a morning like mine, and just be thankful for where you're at and share something you're thankful for. So thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate the internet. I'm thankful for the internet and a husband who is very patient with me. It's going to be a great day. Bye, everybody.